Zeldris. Zeldris is an elite warrior of the Demon Clan, serving directly under the Demon King as the leader and Piety of the Ten Commandments. He is also the younger brother of Meliodas, as well as the youngest son of the Demon King, whom Zeldris also serves as a representative and executioner. 3,000 years ago. Zeldris was mentored by Cusack and Meliodas in combat before he completed his training and stopped learning under his master. He idolized his elder brother when he was the leader of the Ten Commandments and at some time fell in love with the vampire Gelda. Upon discovering that Meliodas intended to abandon the Demon Clan, Zeldris confronted him. Meliodas reveals that he does it for the person he wants to protect with all his heart, leading Zeldris to confirm the truth about the relationship that Meliodas maintained with the goddess Elizabeth. Meliodas offered to leave with them along Gelda. However, Zeldris rejected it, stating that from there he would no longer consider him as his brother, something he would come to regret later on. During the Great War, Zeldris was tasked with executing the vampire clan who attempted to overthrow the Demon King. However, instead of killing them, he sealed them away for Gelda's sake. He also said he had met and likely fought the goddess Elizabeth in the Holy War. Memories of the Holy War arc. Near the end of the war, he was sent to capture or kill the recently escaped Gauther, during which he easily defeated the giant King Droll, and offered him and the fairy king positions in the Ten Commandments. As a result of the forbidden spell used by Gauther, the memories of Zeldris were altered to believe that the Archangel male was his older brother, Esterasa. Along with the rest of the Demon Clan, Zeldris was sealed away by the Goddess Clan after losing the Holy War against the four races, human, fairy, giant and goddess clans. Appearance. Zeldris is a short yet muscular young man. He greatly resembles his brother Meliodas, though with a few slight differences. His hair is spiky black and grows counterclockwise to Meliodas, and they both have the same demon mark, except his is over his left eye instead of his right. Zeldris can change his demon mark to become similar to his older brother's second and full demon marks. His attire is a bodysuit, crimson in color, and has a white insignia in several places. The suit has an open collar and exposes his chest. He has silver gauntlets and carries his sword with a strap on his hip. Personality. Zeldris is very calm and collected, seemingly not easy to anger. Like his brother, Meliodas, Zeldris appears to have a good commanding and leadership skills. Zeldris is highly confident in his abilities. Clashing with his own brother Meliodas in the past, a very powerful opponent, and remains unfazed at the prospect of doing so again and even initiating an attack against him. His confidence in his own abilities develops a certain degree of arrogance towards beings weaker than him. Likewise, he doubts Fraudron's abilities because of him not being able to obliterate a country of humans. Zeldris is even confident that he alone is more than enough to deal with the 7 deadly sins, even smiling as he claims so, and also believing that he is more powerful than Meliodas and therefore more worthy to be the new Demon King, and unhesitantly taking on his brother again now in full power alongside Esterasa. He has even shown himself to be capable of enjoying fights, as shown by how he gave a taunting smirk at his opponents upon unleashing his full power and leaving them all powerless, and even not only showed absolutely no fear when Male, who was as powerful as his older brother, arrived, but even showed actual eagerness to fight him. However, despite this arrogance, Zeldris himself has said that unlike Meliodas' former self, who Zeldris describes as underestimating his opponents so much that he tends to toy with them, he doesn't take opponents lightly and uses his full power no matter who his foe is. However, Zeldris has limits in his patience and, although he rarely shows it, is not above mocking and showing negative responses at the ones he had an antagonistic relationship with. This is displayed by how he repeatedly took time to show his grudge at Meliodas and most of all Elizabeth, who he mocked in their short conversation, and showing tremendous anger at her for being the reason of his brother's betrayal. Zeldris also was visibly angered by Droll and Gloxinia's betrayal, saying openly that a giant and fairy king can never work properly with the Demon Clan. He also gets angry after learning that Meliodas is set to be the new Demon King, and showed furious rage when fighting and being easily subdued by his elder brother, who is now back to full power. Zeldris was shown relapsing on his cool-headed persona when it comes to Gelda, showing excitement as his reunion with her getting closer, or becoming desperate and angry when Merlin and the others try to stop Meliodas from becoming Demon King, thus preventing Zeldris to reunite with his lover. Despite being seemingly ruthless and cold-hearted, Zeldris was once much better. Meliodas has stated that Zeldris idolized Meliodas greatly when he was still the leader of the Ten Commandments and was seen with a smile in his face when around him. He also said that Zeldris was almost sincere and honest to a fault. The main reason for Zeldris' cold-heartedness was because he had fallen in love with the vampiress Gelda, and unlike almost all other demons, he only sought to protect her rather than being interested in triumphing over the goddess clan. Upon being ordered by his father to kill the vampire clan, in the end, overwhelmed by the indescribable pain to the point of bursting to tears, he could not bring himself to do it and instead sealed them all away for Gelda's sake, showing how deeply he loved her and valued his romantic relationship with her in the past. The pain of being betrayed by his elder brother who he looked up to and the great suffering he endured from losing his lover made Zeldris the demon he is now, which only served to increase his anger for Meliodas' betrayal tremendously. He is thus unwilling to negotiate with Meliodas and clearly shows his strong grudge towards him, to the point that he openly said that the only thing he has is his rage towards Meliodas as well as his desire for vengeance towards the other clans. His rage towards Elizabeth has been seen to be even greater, as she is the true reason why Meliodas betrayed the demons at all, as shown by how he acts much more openly antagonistically towards her than he did with Meliodas, openly displaying mockery when she arrived and said she didn't know him, and he quickly lashed out by coldly saying how she made Meliodas suffer and continued to display clear resentment at her, retaining a scowl on his face, even more so after she instead smiled from what he said, eventually escalating in Zeldris angrily telling her to remember everything and the sin she committed. He may have even planned to activate her curse from their conversation in order to relish in Meliodas' suffering, implying a cruel desire to make his brother feel exactly what he felt when he lost Gelda. However, it has been seen that Zeldris still retains fractions of his good side, as he shows his belief that Meliodas is suffering due to having betrayed his clan after meeting Elizabeth, indicating Zeldris possessed some doubts on their estranged relationship. He later seemed to silently contemplate forgiving Meliodas when Meliodas apologized to him. While ruthless against traitors, Zeldris displays a sense of loyalty to his comrades who are loyal, as shown by the fact that even though he later stated he never saw Esterasa as a brother and was relieved by how Esterasa was actually male and never his brother, he still went as far as to save him from an attack that could kill him and asked him to rest after he woke, although this didn't prevent him from using Esterasa as a pawn to hasten the gathering of the commandments by having himself destruct upon collecting too much, and he was later clearly against Esterasa's indication that he wanted the other commandments to be killed just to get their commandments more quickly. He also asked Cusack to stay away when he went to help him after Zeldris was pinned down by Meliodas despite Cusack's help being undoubtedly useful. Also, when Ladoshel called him out on slashing a woman's face, Zeldris responded by saying that at least he and his brother would never take control of a woman's body, implying although ruthless against enemies even if they are women, Zeldris disliked any unnecessary violence towards them. The only reason he wanted to become the Demon King at all was to revive Gelda, who Zeldris initially believed to have been killed, and when Meliodas revealed he only resealed Gelda and offered to undo the seal placed upon her as soon as he becomes the new Demon King, Zeldris quickly abandons any desire to that title and even goes as far as to assist Meliodas with the recovery of the commandments, giving them up to him, including his own, and protecting him while he's absorbing them. Not only that, the moment he realized his father would not allow him to be reunited with Gelda, he quickly turned against him. The Demon King also noted Zeldris continued to desire to bring peace and harmony to the underworld, showing despite how much he had changed, deep down he still remains the good demon he used to be before he lost Gelda. Abilities and equipment. As the leader of the 10 Commandments, younger brother of Meliodas, and son of the Demon King himself, Zeldris is an extremely powerful demon. According to Meliodas, due to having being lent the magic power of the Demon King, Zeldris' power can equal that of the Demon King and Supreme Deity, and that he has the power to remove the curse on him and Elizabeth. However, once Meliodas returned to become Demon King, he realizes that he overestimated Zeldris and states that even with the power Zeldris borrowed from their father, Zeldris' power still pales in comparison to the true power of the Demon King, to which Zeldris agrees. His aura alone terrified Arthur Pendragon, who states that his power rivals that of his old mentor, Cusack. His aura is also strong enough to completely terrify the countless heroes inside Excalibur. Even Cusack and Chandler, the two highest-ranked demons, fear his original magic power. Cusack stated that Zeldris is destined to surpass him. Like all members of the Demon Clan, Zeldris possesses the mysterious jet-black power of darkness which he can use for a variety of purposes, such as forming wings to fly. His aura, combined with the aura of the other 10 Commandments, is so terrifying that it made the normally calm Hendrickson sweat in fear by their presence and unnerved Meliodas when he sensed it from several kilometers away. He is capable of inflicting a curse on Merlin, an individual with natural resistance to the effects of demonic magic, which would have killed her, and was so powerful that even Hendrickson, who spent years studying druid magic, was powerless to do anything to save her. He has the ability to telepathically communicate with the other commandments even throughout all of Britannia. Due to being the Demon King's representative, he is able to grant the commandments to others and remove them from any member of the 10 Commandments if they allow it or if they are unable to fight back, as shown when he was able to strip Droll and Gloxinia of their status as members of the 10 Commandments. He is shown capable of suppressing the powers of others, even ones as powerful as the giant King Droll, due to being lent the magic power of the Demon King. Zeldris can enlarge his demon mark to different stages like Meliodas. When at full power his mark becomes similar to Meliodas' complete demon mark. Zeldris is the only demon alongside Meliodas known to be capable of surviving taking in multiple commandments into himself. Zeldris possesses immense levels of skill in combat, as he was trained by both Cusack and Meliodas. He was able to single-handedly easily render Camelot's entire military forces, the second most powerful kingdom in Britannia, completely powerless, without sustaining any injury. His fighting style seems to rely mostly on kicks, as shown during his fight with Mael, and according to King, his skills in hand-to-hand combat are on the same level as Meliodas. Furthermore, he is capable of getting the better of his older brother, Meliodas, when he had not regained his true full strength and easily brought down Droll, the Giant King, with a single kick. He has shown to be extremely fast and has extraordinary reflexes, cutting Meliodas' arm off in one swing before the latter was able to behead him. His speed in swordsmanship is said to be the fastest in all of the demon realm, which is proven true, as shown when he fights evenly with Ladoshel in swordsmanship, only getting one more injury. He is extremely durable, as he was unfazed after taking a kick by Meliodas to his head with his demon mark activated and even survived being hit by Ascaner's cruel son at close range. Even when hit by a very powerful attack from Ladoshel, he only sustained minor bruises. He even survived a powerful finger jab to the stomach from Ascaner's the One form and even Ladoshel's gold shining, although he was severely injured from the attacks. He also possesses tremendous physical strength, as shown when he held back Ascaner's divine sword Ascaner attack for a significant amount of time before falling back. Abilities: Ominous Nebula, Ominosa Nebula, Zeldris innate power. This power creates a vortex that surrounds and attracts all living beings around him that are sliced at a godlike speed by pure reflexes when anyone comes in contact. God Gado, literally meaning Demon King, according to Zeldris, the Demon King lent a portion of his magic power to him for him to use. When using his father's power, Zeldris is able to completely nullify all magical attacks. Hellblaze Haraburizu, literally meaning Hellfire, a mysterious ability possessed by Zeldris that allows him to generate black flames. It also has the additional effect of nullifying an immortal's regeneration. Dies Iradiesu Ire, literally meaning Day of Wrath, Zeldris summons a portal over his desired target, and releases a massive lightning bolt to strike them down. Combined Techniques. Combined Technique, Heiso Kyutatsugogi Heiso Kyutatsu, lit. Sphere Destruction Spear Thrust, Zeldris uses his Hellblaze-infused sword to impale the opponent caught in Gelda's Kaijinso. Combined Technique, Tyrant Killing Gogi Taranto Kiringu, Zeldris and Meliodas attack the enemy with their swords imbued in the power of darkness. Commandment. Zeldris was bestowed with the commandment of Piety by the Demon King. Any who turn their back to Zeldris are treated as committing an act of treachery and are cursed into serving the Demon King, and by extension Zeldris himself, who is acting as the Demon King's representative. After being forced to absorb all the commandments by Cusack, Zeldris held all the commandments but at the cost of having his body possessed by his father, the Demon King. However, thanks to the intervention of his brother, Elizabeth, the Sins, and Gelda, the commandments were forced out of Zeldris' body and freed him from his father's grasp. Weapons. Short sword, Zeldris wields a short sword with a sharp point on the end. He is tremendously skilled in swordsmanship, using it in a manner similar to Iaido. He received this sword from Meliodas with the goddess clan symbol on it. Power level. Total, 61,000. Magic, 10,000. Strength, 47,200. Spirit, 3,800. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.